February is Black History Month, and tomorrow a free event is being held to discuss the recently passed Federal Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. Joining us live now to talk about the impact is CEO of S. Harris Communications, Shane Harris. Shane, it's been quite a while. Thanks for joining us.
It's good to be with you, Maria.
Let's get right into this. You wrote a letter in November to the governor asking that some of these dollars be allocated and invested into the youth and, of course, urban inner city projects. We know that a lot of it goes to bridges, roadways, things like that. Where could it, in your opinion, best be used specifically? How can this money best be used?
Well, first of all, Maria, for years, there's been an extreme need for investment in infrastructure. And we're talking literally over the last, several decades. This is the largest infrastructure investment in decades. And it's very clear that over $100 billion the White House and the administration has committed will go toward marginalized communities who have been left behind for workforce development. We have blacks who are 9% less likely to access Wi-Fi, 15% Latinos to access Wi-Fi. So there's serious gaps that are needed when you talk about this. And I think that it is very clear that the workforce development within the urban inner city and how these dollars get into the communities who need it most is going to be the most critical part of this next step within the process. The House passed this. This has been signed by the president. Big accomplishment. But now, how do we ensure that those dollars get into the communities who need it most, and who will be helping to provide that workforce development? And
you've been quite an advocate in terms of this. So do you see it going or being used best with like trade programs or certain minority contract projects, things like that? Is that what you're specifically looking at, and is that where you want to see this money go? Because like you said, there is quite a gap.
Yeah, one of the things that our communications firm, S. Harris Communications, is working with the National Black Contractors Association and a number of other urban inner city programs who are providing these services to youth already, and specifically to adults transitioning out of incarceration and a number of other sectors. And it's really, really important, Maria, that these programs who have been so vital within the urban inner city are able to access these dollars to do the critical work that is needed, whether you're talking about outreach, whether you're talking about workforce development, whether you're talking about specifically communities, who are most marginalized when it comes to internet access and a number of other issues, environmental health issues on so many levels. And obviously, Pete Buttigieg has talked about the fact that the Department of Transportation has talked about the fact that we've come in, built these freeways and roads and specifically freeways, and we've neglected the very communities that we've come in and built. We moved communities out in history. So we've got to now ensure that these dollars are impacted, and it happens through the small nonprofits and the urban inner city programs that are doing this work already, like the National Black Contractors Association.
Well, it is Black History Month. Let's talk a little bit about the free event tomorrow. We know a little bit about that. You want to talk about it and just let people know what's happening with that?
Sure. So tomorrow we're co-hosting a free event for the public to attend at the National Black Contractors Association with Congressman Juan Vargas, who has been one of the most vocal leaders within the infrastructure bill and really pushing to get that passed. The congressman is set to talk with us about a number and a variety of issues pertaining to how this infrastructure bill in dollars, in the context of dollars, how it gets to the urban inner city, how small black firms and other firms of color can access these dollars, talking about the internet access and how we expand Wi-Fi access, how this gets to the local level. As you know, Maria, this is going to go to the state. From the federal government, the dollars will go to the state, and the states and the governor will get to decide how those dollars are broken down in the state. The congressman is joining us for this critical Black History Month Chat and Chew free lunch event. So folks need to know they can get free lunch to talk about, these issues and how these dollars will get into the black community. And so it is Black History Month, and there's a lot of conversation about, equality, but there's also equity that's needed. People need to be able to access dollars and access, the table. And we want to ensure that within the context of construction, and infrastructure, that we have a conversation about not just the bill being passed, not just the president signing it, which was a huge accomplishment, but how now do we ensure that those dollars, so the community needs to come out, the congressman wants to hear from the community, and I think we all ultimately have a opportunity to strategize dialogue about how these dollars can impact the urban inner city. And so that's the event tomorrow with the National Black Contractors Association. It's at 12 p.m., 12 to 1 p.m. And it will be at 6125 Imperial Avenue. It's free lunch. So all we ask people to do is register, and they can register now at sharrisnow.com.
And we do have that information actually on our website. We'll make sure that everybody has it, and we put it up on the screen earlier while you were talking about it. Shane Harris, you know, it is an important conversation to have. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for your insight on that today.
Thank you.
All right.